won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want.
Hey guys, Coach Dan here. I've been lifting for over 20 years. I hold a degree in exercise and sports science, and I've been coaching others for 10 plus years. On this channel, we're all about evidence-based muscle growth or hypertrophy training. Today, we're going to go through push workout number 2 for the week. I'm going to show you what I do, explain why I do it, and show you exactly how to execute so you can apply it to your own training. So this is week number 2 of a maintenance phase for me. So dieting up until 2 weeks ago, started to feel some real dips in motivation, but that's not unusual, but more so dips in like lack of sleep quality and stuff like that due to the diet, it would seem, and all these kinds of things. So what we call diet fatigue was increasing to a level that it's just not worth to keep pushing on for me. So we take a maintenance period or a diet break for a period of time, reduce that fatigue, and then I can restart that process in a month's time, a few weeks' time. We'll see how we're going. So that's where we're at the moment. All right, let's get into the push workout for today. So push workout being chest, shoulders, triceps, and it's pretty much, that's exactly what I'm doing today. But what I do somewhat uniquely is instead of going straight to our chest exercise, which would be somewhat common because they're bigger, heavier movements usually, I'm going to start with my lateral delt or shoulder movement. And essentially I'm doing that because this is a priority muscle group for me at the moment. So being a priority muscle group, if we put it early in the training session, we have the most energy for it and we can put as much into it as we can. Some potential downsides, some of the other movements might cop a bit of a hit, but for now, this can be, you know, the priority, the favorite child, and then later on that stuff can come into the priority and be at the beginning of the workouts again, and we can push that forward. So we go machine lateral raise. This is a MedX machine lateral raise. So a really unique one where we kind of like angle slightly in front of the body, which I like the feel of, instead of the ones that kind of go directly out to the side. So this is quite good. Instead of it being the rollers, which you see commonly like this, it's these rectangular pads. So what you'll do is you'll clip this into place like such. Elbows inside, as always, driving out to the side. So if we think about the deltoid, or the lateral deltoid specifically, it's attaching to the side of your arm into the side of your shoulder, and it's going to pull your arm in these kind of positions like this. The anterior delt's going to pull your arm into positions like this. So this one being out on that angle there, you know, it's quite laterally delty. And then, yeah, the rear delt sort of pulls your arm back towards your scapula. So we're thinking pulling those 2 points together to kind of get the most and feel that sensation of the lateral delt is the goal here. All right, early morning session. As the good folks over at Nike say, let's do it. No. They say just do it. I'm saying let's do it. All right, let's do it. Okay, first lateral delt exercise done. It's wild how increasing my food increases my performance like almost immediately. So had 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks worth of fat loss, whatever, I'll figure it out later, through my dieting phase. And like 1 or 2 weeks later from adding more food back in, immediately I start to feel and perform so much better. That might be obvious, but for me it is very, very obvious, like on that fat loss phase towards the end of it, trying as hard as I can. Get to the end of the set, think I crushed that, look down at my log and realise you haven't got any better than the last time out. That's a tough one, but yeah, straight away add that food back in. Just shows you how important food is. All right, so now we go into our chest movements. So we're going medium incline, cambered bar, bench press. So inclines are inclined to work more towards the upper chest. So we're inclining ourselves, but for this, it's still coming down directly against gravity. So I'm leaning further this way, and essentially which part of the chest is on top and therefore going to be best suited to help my arm move raises up. So we've got the upper pec, which comes into the clavicular pec, which comes into the clavicle or collarbone, the inner third of it, and its job is going to be to pull your arm up in this direction. But not just that, even the sternal pec, so if you think about pec attaching to the side of your arm, coming across into your torso, part of it will head up towards the collarbone, so in here, and then it will start to kind of fan down like this. So it's attaching to these different points. So even if we lean forward and it's not purely clavicular pec, but it's the upper portion of the pec, that is my preference at the moment. So I do a lot of incline work versus flat work. So medium incline for today, and I do mix that incline up depending on the exercise, depending on the day, and I just generally, if I've got at the moment 4 different chest exercises per week, a couple on 2 different push days, then the inclines that I use on those days I'll vary, just in case they are working different parts of the pec and upper pec. So medium incline, we're going cambered bar. So the cambered bar allows for a increased range of motion. So my hands are going to go here and my chest is going to be here. So a normal bar, it would obviously be coming across like this. Once you got down to the level of the chest, the bar would touch your chest or so, and then you'd have to come back up. Here with the cambered bar, we've got this dint. So my chest will be in here, and when you see a demonstration here, allowing for a bigger stretch. And that stretch potentially has some value for muscle growth. All the other cues for bench pressing are the same. So we're here, grab the bar outside the level of that bend or that cane bar, over the top of the chest, down to touch the chest, or as low as you can manage, pushing up from there. So that will be our incline cambered bar bench press. I'll do all moderate rep range, you might call it here, so about 8 to 12 reps. In that dieting phase, I realized that the heavier weights were not moving very well for whatever reason. You know, when it got heavy, 4 to 8 reps, anything like that, I just wasn't able to progress very well. So I shifted it all to more 8 to 12 rep range to see if that, for some reason, can progress versus the other stuff. So we'll stick with that, even though we've headed into a maintenance phase. All right, let's push on, push workout number 2. Let's keep it rocking. All right, incline cambered bar bench press done. 2 thoughts have arisen while starting the session. I do like that about training. It's often thought-provoking for me. It's time to myself, put headphones in, not talking to anyone, only thinking about what's in here a lot of the time. 2 thoughts. Number 1, I'm often the only person in here, and what that says to me is that getting up, or just in general, the whole, shtick is not right, the whole, gym going thing that's pretty popular at the moment, as in people want to do it, but most people do not do it. And it's kind of tough because, Most people aren't doing it, so it's a thing. If you want to do, you have to do something that's uncommon. So you have to find a way to do something that's not normal. So you can't do what everyone else is doing, essentially, because that is not working for the majority of people. Empty gym, completely empty, just me. This is about 6 o'clock in the morning. So, this is not a hectically busy gym, which is one of the things I like about it. It's a bit old school, it's a bit niche, but nonetheless, I've been here when there's been some people before. So it's like, sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. So we got to find a way to do something that's uncommon. That's number one. Number two is, man, I'm just fucking shit at chest exercises. I'm really weak. It's not me, right? I don't say these words, but some have described me as barrel-chested. I don't exactly know where or why that expression comes. So my chest is quite large, but weak as shit and really hard to get stronger. And I'm interested to know, this might be worth some experimenting going forward. Why? Why is it that my chest is big but struggles to make progress and is just generally weak compared to other things that I do, back stuff, leg stuff? So experiment. So we are December 11th or 12th today, I think. So I'm going to I'm almost certain I'll be setting a new structure of training plan for next year. I'm just sort of hashing out my spreadsheet. And I'm thinking it's going to be kind of an upper-lower split, but shifting shoulders to the start, or lateral delts specifically to the start of the leg day, such that I can put heaps of volume. Well, no, such that I can set up so I can have enough room to put volume where I want it. So it's not just about heaps of volume, it's about having the room to put enough volume into. So like, let's say I go upper lower 6 days per week. And on those days, I have room to kind of adjust volume to what will work for that muscle group. So priorities will still be what they have been the last couple of months. Shoulders, specifically lateral deltoids, arms and back. So if I have 3 upper body days to put that work in, and those are the priorities, boom, I can kind of find the amount of volume because I've got 3 days worth to kind of find the right amount of volume. But then, chest, not a priority, but I still would like to know why it's not making progress. And it's always hard to make progress. So it's an interesting one. Anyway, could be I take the volume way down on the chest and go, is it a recovery issue? And if it's going to be upper body on Monday, Wednesday, Friday as an example, split it up such that instead of doing 12 sets, which I'm doing now over 2 days, which ends up being Monday and Thursday, I'll do it over 3 days and less volume. So 6 total sets per workout, 12 total per week. Instead, I might aim for 8 and see how that rolls over the course of a couple of weeks to months. If that leads to better progress, maybe I've been overdoing volume for my chest all the time. So I can bring the volume down on that and then, Or alternatively, is it that I'm not doing enough volume for my chest, but personally, how I train from Monday to Thursday, I usually feel sore in the chest. I can't recover from. So if I then divvy it up over Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and in 12 sets is what I've been doing over 2 days, Monday and Thursday, divvy it up over Monday, Wednesday, Friday with less per session volume and have those 3 sessions to do. But fingers crossed it's a simple explanation. Fingers crossed it's not just that my ability levels are such that I'm at the end for my chest and other muscle groups have to catch up. That's a big long spiel and I apologize, but these are the thoughts that I put into training. So, all right, what do we got here? Plate-loaded chest press. This is a older Nautilus XP or Explode plate-loaded chest press machine. It is, I believe that's the case. It's been refurbished and whatnot, so there's no branding on it, but it's that similarity. So a potential downside to this machine is the resistance curve of it is harder when you finish the rep. So easier at the beginning, and as you kind of push this out, and that weight horn essentially is getting further away from that hinge point. So that's the hinge point. This is where the weight is loaded. So if you think about it, if it kept going that way, it would be directly under the hinge point and pretty much there would be no effort required for it to stay there at all. But as you go further and further and further away from that hinge point, it gets harder and harder until it's completely out. So this starts off easier, gets harder as you finish the lockout. That is potentially not awesome for muscle growth because we like the lengthened position, it looks like, and we like making it hard in the lengthened position. However, on this day, in this workout, in the context that I'm in, coming from that incline cambered bar bench press deep stretch, this has felt quite good. Easy on my joints, my shoulders feel good doing it. It feels effective. It feels like my chest is getting a good workout. So yeah, and those things that I've said, being it training in the lengthened position and also making it hard in the lengthened position, is not super conclusive. That's kind of newish on the overall scale of science. So I'm okay to do this one, potentially not optimal. If I train closer to failure, which we know is well supported by research, that should be still quite good. And yeah, theoretically, you could be training different parts of the chest, different fibers of the chest harder with these different resistance curves and stuff like that, theoretically. Or we'll find out in a couple of years' time, yeah, get that fucking stretch and, always make your shit hard in the stretch. Or we'll find out that it's more about accommodating your strength. So in, particular movements where we're different strengths depending on the muscle group. So like yesterday, our back day, we're strong out here with back stuff, but not in here. So if we make the movement hard out here, but easier in here, so you can fully finish the movement, maybe that will be better for muscle growth. This is a little bit of a bitch about science, is that it takes a while to sort of anything to become hard evidence. And even then, it's all just sort of recommendations. Anyway, I like to take my hand position. I've got the seat set at a height that when I sit down and I get into my position, my arm is going to be directly against the resistance. So this here is angled slightly up. So if we were up too high, you'd see that my elbow is above this point, which this angles up. So I want to be in line with this such that I'm pushing directly against it and not kind of like rotating it around. So sit down with it, drive arms or your humerus, your upper arm towards one another, because that's the big job of the chest, which is to pull your arm across here like that. And because it angles up slightly, which again suits our preference, it's kind of angled up slightly like that. All right, big long spiel about a couple of things. Take the value from that you will, and let's hit set number 1 on this. Moderate rep range as well, 8 to 12 reps. Let's get it. It's good. Yes. All right. Chest done. Good finish there on that plate-loaded machine. Now we move on to triceps. Again, priority, or one of the priorities. So we're shifting it earlier in the workout. Dumbbell shoulder presses. We've got some more lateral delt afterwards, but this is coming up so it can get its time to shine. Little thing that I'm doing, I've got a clipboard here. I'm going to start scratching up, writing out roughly what my program will look like next year. So upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower, Monday through Saturday, Sunday rest day. That's where I'm up to so far. Good opportunity to do it while I train, while I have this thinking time as well, and I can put it on here roughly, take it home, put it on a spreadsheet, jot in the volume and stuff like that. So yeah, the one thing, I don't like training the last day of the week as a lower body session, so might just be how it has to be. Eh? Okay, skull crusher, all-time favorite of mine, easy bar. That's my preference, or at least it has been for the last 10 years. No, I'm kidding. It's Well, I just haven't done the straight bar in a while because I always fancied this one. That's the truth of it. I've done dumbbells in times gone by, cables, all this kind of stuff. Easy bar always comes up as being a favorite, so I keep using it. So easy bar being this bar with this kink in it. I'll take the middle kink, but again, you take what's comfy for you. It's got a dip on the inside and then it's got this going in, so I'll grab it like that. But there's also that one, so it's really your preference, what feels comfortable for you and on your body. As far as doing the actual exercise, I've seen it done a few different ways. Some people will do it to the chin and throat. I've never really loved that. My elbows haven't either, so I pretty much never do that. Forehead, that's how I started my career in the easy bar skull crusher realm. But my all-time favorite as far as effectiveness goes is touching the bench just above my head and then going from there. So whether that, well, for whatever reason, that's always felt really effective to me, so I stick with it. You get a big, nice stretch through the tricep, and we know that the long head of the tricep passes both the elbow and into the scapula. So if I raise my arm further over my head, I'll get that stretched out a little bit more. That stretch is potentially more effective, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Yes, I've done enough chit-chat today, so let's keep it short and sweet. Let's go.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt to and save it.
All right, we're still at a grand total of 0 other people in the gym. So you got to be uncommon. You can't be normal because normal people don't show up. Got to be uncommon. 0. It's a good day outside. Okay, dumbbell shoulder press. I'm not going to spiel too long on the dumbbell shoulder press. One thing I like about the dumbbell shoulder press is it's very customizable. You put yourself where you want, whereas like a machine is pretty locked into what it's got. Might have this grip or this grip, but ultimately dumbbells you can kind of put where you want to put. The downside is getting them into position and the lack of stability. But with enough practice, I don't think that, well, it's almost certainly not a downside. You can still take the muscle close to failure. That seems to be the big important rock, right? So take dumbbells onto the lap. Use a bit of your leg action to kind of kick them up. Drive. Control. I like to tap the inside head of the dumbbell to my shoulder so I know the standard. Bada bing, bada boom. Anterior delt is where we're kind of wanting this to be mostly. Emphasize mostly, should I say. So we're thinking about pulling the arm in towards the head, which is the job of the anterior deltoid, kind of sitting on top. It especially sits on top when you kind of angle your hand like that. So when we're like this and we go out to the side, it's sort of more in the front portion so that I'm in the lateral delt. We'll be able to do that kind of stuff more. But if we now the anterior delt sits on top. So shoulder press, any kind of grip you feel good with, drive the arm towards the shoulders. Let's go. All right, little bit of extra tricep work to finish. We're just going to straight bar push down. We're going to do it as a drop set. So a drop set is essentially sets back to back somewhat with dropping of weight each time to allow you to continue on and do this work in a shorter period of time. So we will be dropping the weight and therefore able to perform more work because it's not the same weight. So set 1, aim for about 10 to 15. That's what I'm going to do. You could do different rep ranges if that suits your preference. Drop the weight off, I think it's going to be 20 to 30%. Do another set, close to failure. Drop the weight off, do another set. Idea is here, we get 3 sets, close to failure, short period of time. So good little strategy if you're time poor, but I'm just going to do it with a straight bar push down. Bring the elbows down by the side, extend, control, extend. So I've already done 5 sets of my skull crusher. This is a little bit extra work to cap it off. We get it done nice and quickly because I've been here a while and it's, you know, it's getting a bit ridiculous. No, I'm kidding. It's, yeah, just something new to the program in the last couple of months or so. And it's going up gradually, so we shall continue. Let's get it.
Retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it.
All right, we're going to go a bit off program, which is unlike me. And we're going to try a side lying or a factory dumbbell lateral raise, I believe I've heard it mentioned as. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a single dumbbell, lie down our side. I'm going to, angle slightly up. We're going to do a single arm lateral raise. I've been doing dumbbells. Hasn't felt great. Dumbbells never have for me, but I threw it in there because it's easy and stuff like that. So we'll try this variation. The idea behind doing it side lying means that we make it harder towards the beginning of the movement versus dumbbells get hard as we kind of get to here because we're going up against gravity. If we lie down, we start going up against gravity sooner. Bada bing, bada boom. Downside, you've got to do single arm. So I'll take one dumbbell, kind of lie down on my side here, like such. I'm going to angle my body slightly up just to kind of change that angle a little bit. And then we raise. And that'll be it. So I'll go side to side. I'm thinking 10 to 20 reps per... What am I trying to say here? 10 to 20 reps per side. And just go up, 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 up. Use one side as a rest for the other side. And we do these 3 and we're done. So, yeah. I used to really like this one. Yeah, one of the downsides is you've got to do both sides. Maybe not a major downside, but can take a little bit extra time. But if I go almost superset the sides, then we might be good to go. All right, let's finish it off so we can have something to eat. Here we go.